Hello again, and welcome to A Crafting Morning. But before I get to the ephemera making part of this video, I thought I would share, for those of you who have been following along with me in this slow stitching project, I thought I would share the fact that I got the rest of the leaves placed and put down, and I have also decided to take a nice deep green floss, and let me show you. I'm going to get really close now, and run it up between the chains. So we had the original large overcast stitches to give us an idea of where the stems were, and then I took some of this lighter green, and I made chains, daisy chain stitches all along, followed that line. And this is what that looks like, with just the lazies on here. Then I said, no, that's not quite doing it for me. Not enough yet. So here we have just the original idea line of stitches, the chains on top, and then I decided to take this floss, this dark floss, and fill in each chain, which is basically a running stitch, up, down, up, down, up, down, in the center of each chain to give the stems a little interest and a little bit of bulk. As you can see, it does make a difference without and with that. So I have been thinking while doing, and I thought I would get what I call the hard work done of this, laying down these leaves and getting the little veins on them. And I have just a little bit more of the dark thread to put on this one, and I will be ready to move on. I'm going to, when I join you again for a full video, we're going to be thinking about the flowers for these three on the back of this cover. So let me set this aside, and we'll get on to today's job. I've been using this book as my glue book and folding the pages in half, and I developed quite a collection of them. So I folded in half ones. I sewed together with a dark brown zigzag stitch, and then I added a background paper, and so these have become 3 pockets, an oblong and 2 regular ones. So I also found this plopped in this box. I have no idea why, but so I said, And in this box I found this piece of paper, and I said, well, that would go nicely right there. I put the edging of zigzag thread and the back. So this bit is ready to be set aside for the next step. This is my box of reverse collage that I removed from the chopped journals that I had made in the past, over the last few years, and I decided that this is not going to go down unless I use it. So here I am, back to trying, hope successfully as a beginning, to use the pieces from that chopped journal. So for these, I have picked these bits of reverse collage, and I thought, well, let's give that a try as the basis for these tags. Shall I begin? I'm kind of drawn to this one. I'm going to begin with that one. Just set these aside for now. And I'm going to work on this oblong. And thinking that might be rather nice up here at the top of the pocket. And maybe I might be able to get to use these two bits down here. Yes, I will. Okay. Set that aside to save. But I'm thinking, of course, you know what I'm thinking. How about a little bit of stenciling? Just underneath before I begin to add these goodies. So, let's find, I'm going to use that fuchsia because there's so little of it there and I want to play it up. So fuchsia it is. Ceramic coat fuchsia. And the small stencil drawer. I'm going to try to put my hand on some that are not too often used. Oh, oh, will that do? Well, I just think so. That didn't take much digging. I want to take a little bit of time while we're working on this to give a special thanks to all of you who comment on my videos. I've started to feel quite close to you because of those comments, and I enjoy sharing my thoughts and returning thank yous to you. And I want to give you a special shout out of thanks because it is you're taking your time and thinking of me, and I just think it's wonderful. Alrighty, that's a good starter. Let's go down here for this bigger one. And just a little something over here. Yes. And maybe down here too. Then, therefore, I might just put that one up there, and this one down here, and this one here, just to give a little bit of background color. Set that aside to dry, and I'll set this aside to stay out of trouble. And before I begin, I'm going to distress with some tea dye. Now I'm going to distress these two pieces and the outside of this pocket, and I'm going to do these two papers also, and I'll be back and we can continue playing. So, I'm kind of ready to get going now. That part is mission accomplished. I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to do my my wonderful art glitter glue. And now, I'm thinking a blue statement there, and then a piece of this fabric. Maybe here to play up the colors. And do I want, thinking maybe just a small bit of that lace. And maybe a wee small bit more up here. And maybe this piece with some Stays On Timber Brown and this little packet of tiny clear stamps from Tuesday morning. Now it won't all fit, and that's just fine. Good. And a little bit of tea dye. And maybe some more of those flower stamps. And don't they work nicely on this very thirsty old book pages? And a little bit on the side, over here, because I liked that idea. Well, I think that will do the job. So, I'm going to glue, and then later no, let me see about a little bit of yarn. I haven't used that in a while, and it would certainly say blue. Or maybe a bow. This is so super soft, and it has such a beautiful sheen. And it was not terribly expensive. I believe that I found it in Hobby Lobby. Well, that's not suiting me at all. No, not even. Not even. There we go. Don't want it to be a big one, and it will become tightened very nicely with the glue. Yes, I'm thinking so. The variegation in this yarn is really, it's so many delicious colors. Okay, I'm going to glue everything down on this one, and we'll get back to business with another one. Well, I have picked from this piece of reversed collage, and I'm going to use this up here at the top above the pocket, and this pretty bit is going to go here, and then I had a little piece left over, so I worked on that a bit, and then I went and decided that since white is the color that I used in this stencil, I decided to go down a few bits in vaguely the same shape to do a little backgrounding here. I'm becoming more and more attached to tea dye, but I imagine that too will change, because we junk journalists are changeable as necessary. Now this little bit here. Okay. I think we'll call that accomplished, and now I'm going to play up the little bit of orange in here, and this is the orange that I used, Orange Soda by Ceram Coat. Seriously, no kidding around orange. Just need the littlest bit here. I think I will background this top with the orange and the bottom with white, and that's Magnolia White from my Ceram Coat collection. Now let's see if I need any more. All right, there it is. Got any bigger, it would bite. Good. Just enough peeking through. Now, it's down there, okay. So now a little bit of my go-to Magnolia White. It's just a tiny touch off Nurse White. Or, see, I'm showing my age. At one time, way back, before I stopped doing it and found teaching, we wore white head to foot. Head to foot. It was so impractical when you think about it. But I'm sure that was a symbol of clean. See if that plays that up just a little bit. Yes, it does. In fact, I can just do a bit more. Maybe a little bit less transparent. There. So, that and that. Well, we have a start now. That can dry. This is in desperate need of something. What might be here? What might be here? Anything? Well, well, well. Something definitely might be there. Let's just have a little bit of this. These bits of abstract fabric I found in a bundle at good old Hobby Lobby. No. Tuesday morning. In fact, I saw that they still have it. It was so worth the investment because it has everything in it. Well, let's come down a little further so that that shows. Now, I'd like to show the stitching, so I'll plunk that down there. Or at least I think I will. Is it going? Yes. And now, definitely some Fabrifix. Okay, moving along. Going to put that down next. With some Scotch permanent glue stick. It's a little soupier than Yoo-hoo, but it does work very nicely. Lord, I just did call glue stick soupy. Oh well. Sorry about that, but that's what was in my head. Now, now this one. There. And there. Okay, now let the playing begin. I think. Let's see if we have anything else that might be a treat in this neutrals collection. Oh, yes, no. I remember this one. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But I don't want up at the top, because we don't want to cover the queen with her castle on her head. So, let's get in here. $5 million crochet stitches. Many years ago. Many years ago. I think that's good. But something needs to be here, needs to be soft. What do I have? I have some of this. Yes, I do. Is it orangey? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my, yes. This is from by the yard at Joanne Fabrics. No, can't be there because that's there. But I could cover that up. Yes, I could. Whoops. I'm thinking of some of these for 9-guess slow stitching. Now, is there anything else hiding in here? Does this variegated eyelash have any whoops, does it have any color that we're looking for here? Let's just look and see. Do I see the tiniest bit? Do I see the tiniest bit of an orange? Well, a color that we can decide is orange. Oh, and a little blue, because there's a blue center in that lace. Let's have some of that. And a little more. Yes. Well, not much there. Let me explore further here. Oh, the orangey colors are just little bits here and there. That's not right. I'll make do. That will work. That will work. So that will soften it up nicely. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Let me put a blob here, and we know what blobs. And so there she is. And now this one. Each one of these little motifs was crocheted individually because I see the starter thread on crochet hooks that were infinitesimal. And I hate to admit that I know that because in our home in Brooklyn, the family next door was German, and the grandma taught me how to crochet, and it was on those fine, fine hooks with fine, fine cotton. It does give fine motor skills a workout. I think we're going to call that accomplished. Now, do we have time to do another? I'm thinking, whoopsie daisy, I'm thinking that if I do another one, I'm going to want to do that. But I think I'm going to work on this and come back towards the end so that we can, so that we can finish up. My. Doesn't that just say it? So I will return. Well, here I am on this last one for today. I've used this piece of reverse collage and a piece of my go-to, and I'm going to use that right there. And this right there. So I'm a little tired of fighting Fabrifix today, so I'm going to be a lazy girl. This leaf was a piece of leftover from my pile, and just plays up the green. And now, piece of mini music. Right across there. And now the thing that I see in my mind's eye Okay. In front of pen, after all. In front of pen, after all. Well, well, well. In front of pen, after all. Do this as a starter. And this as a closer up here. Well, almost. Almost now. Okay, down here. Oh, yes. Definitely down there. And over here. It's incredible the way we find things, our mind sees things, and it's usually the most difficult to do. Usually the most difficult to do. Now the right side, or wrong side. And the space keeper up here. The little space keeper. And the waxed paper. Waxed paper. Oldie but goodie. I'm thinking that, yes, here I go again. Oh, it's so much fun. Goodness gracious, I do hope that you'll fast forward because this is probably quite a longie. Now, do we want that there? Oh yes, certainly we do. I'm going to do it from this side. I'm going to have a little bit of sense here. Or not. There we go. Let's try again. Here we go. Get that down dry so that I can tug at this a little bit. Another one. Oops. Oops, too much. Too much. Carried away, Carol. Carried away. definitely carried away. That's better. I need to try to keep this parallel to the bottom of this pocket. All right, now one up, we're going to go up a little bit and over. So we'll do that, up and over. And last but not least. Oh. Okay, Carol, sure it does. Let's get these babies up and over. Okay. And this one goes right there. The parallel shows a lot more from this side. Well, I'm going to clean up, and we'll have a review of the day's crafting fun. Oh, it's time for a bit of a show and tell. This was the card that I found, and I just added these two pieces from my reverse collage collection to that. Well, this turned out to be a wonderful way to use the glue papers. We have a pocket, and on the back we have a place for writing. And on this one, I was able to use some of that delicious yarn. And these colors from the reverse collage in the chopped journal certainly it gives a theme and puts the colors out there for you to experiment with and play with. I'm particularly happy with those stamps. This was the next one. A nice pocket and a place for journaling on the back. This is an Edith Holden page. And softness for the Queen. A little bit of the eyelash trim, and it certainly does lend softness to her. Probably tickling her nose too. And more of the collage, reverse collage, and a piece of the fabric from Tuesday Morning. And last but not least, the pocket, the place for journaling, and two of these pieces of reverse collage with some of my go-to lace. And I tried using yarn in a different way. It was a challenge, and that makes it fun. A piece of the more of that lovely Tuesday Morning abstract and colorful fabric. And I do hope that you have enjoyed crafting with me today. If you have, I would appreciate your giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'm very careful about trying my best to answer them, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. So, more ephemera making very soon. Bye now.